Wildlife refers to undomesticated animals and plants that live and thrive in their natural habitats, free from human control or influence. These diverse organisms collectively constitute the rich tapestry of life on Earth, contributing to the balance and functioning of ecosystems. Wildlife encompasses a vast array of species, ranging from microscopic organisms to large mammals, and it plays a crucial role in maintaining biodiversity, ecological balance, and the overall health of the planet. Here are key aspects of wildlife that highlight its significance, challenges, and the importance of conservation. Biodiversity and ecological roles. Diversity of species. Wildlife is characterized by a staggering diversity of species, each adapted to its specific environment. This diversity contributes to the resilience and adaptability of ecosystems. Ecological interdependence. Species within ecosystems often exhibit intricate interdependencies. For example, pollinators like bees are vital for the reproduction of flowering plants, creating a web of relationships that sustains life. Conservation challenges. Habitat loss and fragmentation. Human activities such as deforestation, urbanization, and agricultural expansion lead to the destruction and fragmentation of natural habitats, posing a significant threat to wildlife populations. Climate change. Altered climate patterns, temperature changes, and extreme weather events impact the distribution and behavior of wildlife species. Some may struggle to adapt or face challenges in finding suitable habitats. Pollution. Pollution, including plastic waste, chemical runoff, and air pollution, adversely affects wildlife. Ingestion of pollutants, habitat degradation, and disrupted ecosystems harm species and contribute to population declines. Illegal wildlife trade. The illegal trade in wildlife, driven by demand for exotic pets, traditional medicines, and luxury goods, poses a direct threat to numerous species. It can lead to population declines and disrupt ecosystems. Conservation strategies. Protected areas. Establishing and maintaining protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife reserves, provide safe havens for wildlife where they can live and reproduce without direct human interference. Habitat restoration. Initiatives focused on habitat restoration involve replanting native vegetation, reintroducing keystone species, and implementing sustainable land management practices to rehabilitate degraded ecosystems. Community engagement. Involving local communities in conservation efforts is crucial. Engaging communities in sustainable practices, providing alternative livelihoods, and raising awareness foster a sense of shared responsibility. Wildlife conservation often requires international collaboration. Agreements, treaties, and coordinated efforts among countries help address transboundary issues and protect migratory species. Technology and research. Leveraging technology, such as GPS tracking, satellite imagery, and genetic research, aids in monitoring wildlife populations and understanding their behaviors. This information is invaluable for informed conservation strategies. Ethical considerations. Animal welfare. Ethical considerations in wildlife conservation involve ensuring the welfare of individual animals. This includes humane treatment in captivity, ethical research practices, and responsible ecotourism. Indigenous knowledge. Recognizing and respecting the traditional ecological knowledge of indigenous communities is essential. Indigenous practices often offer valuable insights into sustainable coexistence with wildlife. In conclusion, the preservation of wildlife is not just about protecting individual species, but is fundamental to the health and sustainability of the entire planet. Balancing the needs of human populations with the conservation of wildlife requires a holistic and collaborative approach, acknowledging the interconnectedness of all living organisms and the shared responsibility for stewardship of the Earth's biodiversity. Economic significance. Wildlife contributes significantly to the global economy through activities such as ecotourism, wildlife-based industries, and research. Many communities depend on the sustainable use of wildlife for their livelihoods, emphasizing the economic importance of preserving these resources. Cultural and aesthetic value. Wildlife holds immense cultural and aesthetic value. around the world incorporate wildlife into their folklore, traditions, and art. The existence of diverse and vibrant species enriches our lives, providing inspiration and cultural identity. Scientific discoveries and medical advancements. Wildlife has been a source of inspiration and knowledge for scientific discoveries. Studying animal behavior, physiology, and genetics has led to breakthroughs in various scientific fields, contributing to medical advancements and technological innovations. Conservation initiatives. Captive breeding programs. Captive breeding programs, conducted in zoos and conservation centers, aim to breed and reintroduce endangered species into their natural habitats. These programs play a crucial role in conserving genetic diversity and preventing the extinction of vulnerable species. Wildlife corridors. Establishing wildlife corridors helps mitigate the impact of habitat fragmentation. These connecting pathways allow animals to move freely between isolated habitats, promoting genetic diversity and supporting the natural behaviors of species. Education and awareness programs. Educating the public about the importance of wildlife conservation is fundamental. Awareness programs, school curricula, and community outreach initiatives can inspire individuals to make informed choices that contribute to the protection of wildlife and their habitats. Conservation genetics. Conservation genetics involves studying the genetic diversity and health of wildlife populations. This information is crucial for implementing effective breeding programs, identifying threatened populations, and developing strategies to enhance the long-term survival of species. Global conservation challenges. Emerging diseases. Wildlife faces the threat of emerging diseases that can have cascading effects on ecosystems. The spread of zoonotic diseases, like those transmitted from animals to humans, highlights the interconnectedness of wildlife and human health. Invasive species. The introduction of non-native species can disrupt ecosystems and threaten native wildlife. Invasive species can outcompete or prey on local species, leading to population declines and changes in ecological dynamics. Land use changes. Rapid changes in land use, driven by agriculture, urbanization, and infrastructure development, contribute to habitat loss and fragmentation. These changes are often accompanied by increased human-wildlife conflicts. Future outlook. Technological innovations. Advancements in technology, such as artificial intelligence, remote sensing, and satellite imagery, hold promise for enhancing wildlife conservation efforts. These tools can aid in monitoring and managing ecosystems, tracking endangered species, and identifying potential threats. Climate resilience. Climate change poses a significant challenge to wildlife, but efforts to build climate-resilient habitats can increase the adaptability of species. Conservation strategies must include measures to mitigate the impacts of climate change on ecosystems. Youth engagement. Engaging the younger generation in wildlife conservation is critical for the future. Youth-led initiatives, educational programs, and involvement in conservation projects empower the next generation to become advocates for the protection of wildlife and natural ecosystems. In conclusion, the world of wildlife is vast, interconnected, and constantly evolving. Addressing the challenges facing wildlife requires a holistic and adaptive approach that encompasses scientific research, community engagement, ethical considerations, and global cooperation.